Like a video intro.
I mean, something like that. I don't know. We can do whatever we want to do. We're on the camera. We're acting fun. You know, we're cool. We got things.
Don't say that we're cool.
Everybody knows that you can't say you're cool.
Because then you're not cool.
Because then you're not cool. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we're radical. Nah, that'll put us in as extremists.
Yeah.
Because we're not extremists. We're just a couple of guys, you know? Couple of guys.
Just living life, man.
Just living life to our fullest. Trying to do what we can do best. And that's talk and entertain.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I
Welcome to There's Layers to It, everybody.
I would agree.
I'm
with
Corbin,
that.
if you don't know and you're new to the channel.
And I'm the hash sling. No, I'm just playing. I'm Marreon.
All right, without further ado, let's get into this episode. Go. Do it. Do it.
I wish that you would
Do it. Do it.
I wish you were recording, dude.
I know. Do it.
I literally
Do it
had,
again. Do it again. Do it again.
I can't
Come on.
do-
Yes, you can.
I can't have the bravado that I just had. I don't know if you saw that shit. That shit was literally, I had my whole chest stuck out and that bitch was right here.
I need you to do it again. Come on. Do it. Do it for the camera. Don't be camera shy. Don't be camera shy. Come on. Yeah. Influence. Marreon.
I don't even know why I just did that.
You can't handle the truth.
I almost yelled that shit. You hear me? See, this
Build
why
up
you
the
can't-
suspense. Come on. Build it up a little more. Build it up a little. Come on. Don't be camera shy.
Oh, man.
Oh, my bad.
You just fucked me out. Come on, Skip. Damn. If you smell
What the layers
are cooking.
That was that. Look,
I can tell that we on the same wavelength because I was about to blurt out the same shit.
I'm not gonna say that was better than the one that you had pre-hitting record.
Nah, man,
But-
that shit was legendary. That shit was on point. That shit, I wish that, you had hit
that
the
was-
record button a second sooner.
That would have been seriously the best rock impression I would have ever because I feel bad that I cut it off. Right, I feel terrible that I cut it off.
And
But I wanted it on the camera. But how it turned out, I'm okay with. I'm
okay with how it turned out, right? But you know how something could have been.
Dude, it would have
And what
been.
it-
I could have paired that in a side-by-side comparison video, and I kid you not, I don't
'Cause
know.
I'm telling
I
you-
don't know if they would have been able to know if it was you
Or him.
Rock,
Or
because
him.
that was A1.
I'm
And for
telling you,
everybody
man.
who wasn't sitting in this room,
Which,
is me and you.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry,
I
because
mean,
y'all missed out.
Look,
Y'all missed out.
Look, I understand that Pixar it didn't happen, but that shit did happen.
And I will be your sworn in what's the word I'm looking for right now?
Accomplice?
Witness. I'll be the
Right-hand
witness.
man?
I will be the look, I swear on the Bible, right hand on the Bible, left hand in the air, whatever one it is, I don't even know. I don't care.
You'd be your right hand on the Bible.
I don't care. I think that's what I said, but I don't care. That's beside the point. I am speaking the truth. I speak nothing but the truth. Let's keep it going. Welcome back to There's Layers to It, everybody. It is March 15th, 2021.
I'd be damned. I wish I had a red cup in my hand.
Hey, these aren't red cups, but we are holding this up because we are fans of the Street Profits. We are on that go-go juice.
And we all want to smoke. The both of us. All day, every day, 24/7.
Look, here at the Layers,
365.
we always want the smoke, okay?
How many minutes are in a day? It don't matter. We want it.
Was it like 8,000 something? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's beside the point. I'm sorry for undercutting you, undermining you.
24 minutes. 8,000. no, 24 hours. 8,000 minutes. Some trillion odd seconds.
But it doesn't matter because here at There's Layers to It, we're trying to entertain you. We're trying to give you the news. We're trying to just have some fun with our podcast. We want you to come join us, be a part of this family, be a part of this community, be a part of this friendship.
Boom.
We're getting ready for March Madness.
Yeah, well, I guess
It's coming up.
I
know you don't want to pick a bracket.
I don't want to pick a bracket, but I love watching the games.
Hey, isn't it so much fun? I love March Madness.
Because it's literally every minute of the day you have something to watch, and you're all.
I remember sitting in school, right? So, I mean, basically every year in high school, I would just pull my phone out, and even in college, right? I'd be in classes. I've had my phone out just watching the NCAA tournament, watching game here, game there. Y'all can't tell me y'all haven't done it too.
Everybody has.
Look, the best memory I got, right? I'm probably in 6th, 7th grade, 8th grade. I'm in middle school for sure, right? And my dad, right, he would come up to school, take me out early,
just to go watch,
and we would go watch like the Michigan game, or we would watch like the Florida State game. I remember we watched John Morant versus that Florida State team in that national in the NCAA tournament, right? That was great. Shout out to Overtime. Y'all may not be the best at customer service, but y'all do have a lot of TVs to watch March Madness.
They are horrible at customer
terrible.
service.
If y'all live in Waterford, Michigan, you know exactly what we're talking about with Overtime. Their food is pretty good.
Yeah.
The arcade was pretty.
It was alright.
It
was alright.
It's an arcade. I
mean, they got stuff to entertain.
They got a nice bar.
Their bar was real nice.
Their bar is nice.
Yeah, that bar is nice.
Hold on. Do you remember the one lady? Were you there, Hurricane? The Hurricane?
I don't think
you weren't there for her.
There's
some waitress up there with the name of Hurricane something. I forget. She was so good. I left a Google review. That's the only bright side about Overtime that I really have to say.
You left a Google review for a waitress?
Dude, I kid you not. She was so good that I left a Google review.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, man, I'm about it.
That was
my word. Look, I don't speak out about a lot of things.
I know who you.
But when I do speak out,
I know who you went with.
Oh, I probably went with Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back onto the subject of March Madness. This is one of the most exciting times of the year. Hands down. You got games back to back to back to back. You got small schools looking to make big upsets.
We didn't have March Madness last year, did we?
No, we got it taken away because COVID.
It was right around
yesterday. So Sunday, right? Yesterday, that was my store's COVID anniversary on when we got shut down.
Today was the final day of me working at Home Depot.
Congratulations. I feel like I need to hit the applause button, but I don't remember which one the applause button is on that sound pad because I haven't set it up in so long.
It's all right,
but I feel like I owe you a big round of applause on that one. Congratulations.
Yeah, that place was all right, but I definitely couldn't work there during a pandemic. That's for sure.
So here's the thing, right? With March Madness, the spirit of betting is all around, right?
Oh,
Everyone's got to pick brackets. I know you don't want to pick one.
I may end up doing it regardless, just because. I mean, I've done it for the past couple years. I mean, I fight with myself on some of these things, but more than likely, I will end up picking it. My only problem is, I just know I don't. Like last year, I did some research, and that's why I was able to do a little bit better.
And that's why you finished worst. Or 2 years ago. You're talking about 2 years ago when my family.
Yeah,
we brought you into our family bracket. Yeah. We brought you. You did in fact finish in the bottom 3.
Yeah, I did.
Shout out to my 12-year or at the time 11-year-old sister. She's now 13, but she won the bracket. Is she gonna win it this year? Hell no. That's about to be this guy, hopefully. But I want you in, all right?
I'm not.
Just like I want to do a There's Layers to a bracket. I want to give something away, man. I'm in a giving mood.
So are we going to
I want to do this. I want to do this.
I mean, we can. We can.
Here's
y'all,
the thing.
Y'all only getting a couple dollars out of me. Let me just go ahead and put that right on the pod.
Look,
I'll give y'all a couple dollars.
I don't even. Me and him are gonna discuss how much he'll throw in later. Whether it doesn't matter.
If it were up
the
to
total.
me,
Look, here's the thing. I was on the phone with our buddy Tyler Ryan. Go check his episode out. The Weatherman down in Youngstown, Ohio. But
down there.
down there. We were talking earlier before I walked into the apartment earlier, and you gave me a good idea. So for this, we're gonna have a good challenge here at There's Layers to It. Everyone's gonna be able to pick a bracket and enter this for free, right? The winner of the bracket.
Y'all got to pay me $20.
No. The winner of the bracket, right? We are gonna provide you with a $100 gift card of your choosing. All right. If you win this, me and Marreon are not eligible to win.
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, right?
Because I really would have did my research this year, but in the spirit of fairness.
But here's the thing, right? So we're gonna participate, right? We're still gonna have it in there so you guys can have the competitive nature with us and try and beat us out. But our scores don't count towards the winning prize. If you want to truly be entered, right, not only do you have to have a bracket in our pool, which we will put in the description below with the link, you must also follow us on social media. That is at There's Layers to It.
Instagrams.
Snapchat. No, I'm kidding. I always want to say Snapchat, but we don't have a Snapchat.
In order to enter, you got to have me on Snapchat. How about that?
So if you want to be entered into this giveaway in this sweepstakes, one, make sure you follow us on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, one of our 3 social media pages. That's at There's Layers to It. 2. What you're gonna have to do is then share it out with at least 2 friends. That's right, 2 friends. Enter your bracket into our pool, and just like that, you're gonna be eligible to win that $100 gift card to anywhere you want.
Boom.
Anywhere you want. It's as simple as that, man. The layers make it easy. He's just mad because he can't win. He's just mad because he can't win.
The whole reason I'm upset.
Hey, but that's how excited I am for March Madness. Obviously, I'm a Michigan man. I live in Michigan. I love the Michigan Wolverines.
And Juwan Howard is ready to die for his team, it looks like.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to win the national title. Do I think they could compete to make the Elite 8, the Final 4? Yeah, but hold on. They gotta run it. They gotta run into Florida State, man. They gotta run into Florida State. Florida State's a good school. At least over the past 5 to 7 years, they've had a really good basketball program over there under I forget his first name, but his last name is Hamilton. But they always seem to have some sort of 7-footer on the court who's out there just being a big man, getting buckets, getting rebounds,
But do they have Juwan Howard coaching
No,
them?
they do not have Juwan Howard.
I mean, that's my whole thing about Michigan, the basketball team, and why I believe that they're on the precipice.
Well, they're definitely up there. They are an elite school, and they're only going to get better. They have a top recruiting class and all of that.
Exactly.
But if we're talking overall take on this tournament, so the brackets came out last night for the men.
Dude, Skip Bayless said that Alabama was going to take the whole thing.
All right, first of all, I laugh at Skip Bayless. That's embarrassing. I don't care how good the Alabama basketball team may present itself to be, but we all know that Alabama is a football school, and they only win championships on the football field. Well, when it comes to basketball,
maybe they
count it out, man. I'm rooting. I'm heavy on the Big Ten. I'm heavy on the Big Ten, and I'm heavy on the West Coast.
Is Michigan State even in?
They did make it, but they are in the first 4 in. So they play UCLA in a play-in game to actually make it into the tournament as an 11 seed.
They ain't gonna make it.
You just got to beat UCLA.
They ain't gonna make it.
Look, I don't think Michigan State's that good.
That's what I'm saying.
I really don't. I've watched them play.
They're not
that good.
They're not that good. I don't know how UCLA is playing, but they're probably not playing as worse as Michigan State is.
I'm betting on the West Coast, and I'm betting on the Big Ten in this tournament, all right? I don't think the other divisions and conferences, not divisions, but conferences, I don't believe the other conferences are all as elite as other people may perceive them to be.
How far do you think Ohio State's going to get to? Because I know that team's doing pretty well.
I think that Purdue, Michigan, Ohio State, and Illinois can all make it to the Sweet 16. But I almost guarantee, I'm not saying no Vince McMahon guarantee.
You're not putting a guarantee on there, but you're just putting a guarantee on there.
I am going to put the Corbin Moore halfway hearted guarantee that 3 of those 4 teams all make it to the Sweet 16.
What the fuck is that?
Look, that's
basically like they couldn't make it, they can't make it. Oh,
like,
I don't care. They're not none of my teams. That's what.
Well, one of them is my team, but I believe that 3 of those 4 teams are almost locks for the Sweet 16. The 4th team, which I believe is Purdue, I believe Purdue might not be able to make it to the Sweet 16, but I do see a path where they could after looking at the brackets, right? But essentially, in a real world, I think all 4 of them could be in the Sweet 16 without a doubt, hands down.
Ding.
I don't know if y'all heard that, but my chicken in the air fryer is done. I'm not going to go get it. I'm going to wait.
Hopefully it's done.
Yeah, fingers crossed. We know those air fryers sometimes work. Honestly, I'm not a big air fryer fan. I just didn't want to put it in the oven.
I like air fryers. They're convenient.
I just didn't want to put it in the oven. But, yeah, so March Madness is here. Super excited. We got this $100 giveaway. Make sure you tell your friends. I'll set up all this and get it going by the time y'all have this out. It'll be on all of our social media pages for you to join us in our bios. It will also be in the description of this video. So tell your friends about this. Get on.
Tell your mama, tell your uncle, tell your daddy. Well, don't tell your daddy, but
tell everybody. It doesn't matter. We just want you to come watch. There's layers to it. Come follow us on social media. Get hip to the layers. All right.
Don't tell your daddy is what I should have said.
Don't tell my dad. Yeah, my dad might win it.
Don't tell your daddy because your daddy may end up winning the damn
My dad
thing.
might win it, but you know,
I'd be upset.
I'm gonna tell him anyways because he watches the show. Shout out to my dad for watching the show.
I'd be upset if you won that $100, Colby. I just want you to know.
Hey, we appreciate every listener out here, and there's layers to it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I appreciate you, Dad. You know, I love you. I got love for you.
Hey, we want to get more involved with the fans. We want to know more about what y'all have to say on some topics because, honestly, y'all are a lifeline right now. The people who are really with us right now, that's the people who are going to make us great. Mm-hmm. Amen. That's the people who are...
I told you, man.
Marreon's already killed his drink, but my go-go juice, cheers to y'all.
Gone. I got I don't even have a little drop in there.
See, I'm not crazy like him.
I'm only like
taking a smooth. I still gotta edit this. I still gotta edit this video. I can't kill myself yet.
45% crazy. The rest of it, I'm perfectly fine.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. Some crazy shit that's been going on, man. Massacre week, as Pat McAfee would say. Shout out to the Pat McAfee show.
Massacre week, and then the Brinks Bank week is this week.
That's right. Everyone about to get that bread, get that money, get that check.
Hold on.
Well, if you're good.
If you're really good, some of the money gets guaranteed. I was watching this morning when I was walking around watching a video, that video that I was watching was breaking down Patrick Mahomes' contract and just like NFL contracts in general. And it kind of made me upset because the money, right? Okay, so Patrick Mahomes is, his whole contract altogether was damn near $500 million, right?
Correct.
In actuality, he's only going to get paid outright. This is without the incentives, like guaranteed money. It's only going to be $143 million, which I mean,
in theory,
that's
that's amazing.
That's a lot of
but
money.
Then
but
you also got to look. You said that doesn't count incentives and all that stuff.
That's not counting incentives. That's not counting
like
just like the
salary or signing bonuses and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's
so
that's without counting all of those things.
So here's the thing with big contracts like that, that bonus is gonna be how you get around the cap situation, because that doesn't necessarily count to your cap as much as the actual base salary of your contract is gonna count towards.
Yeah.
But what? In general, $140 million of just guaranteed money. That's $140 million that he's guaranteed whether he touches the field or not.
Or does
and then
not
once you
right.
get incentive based, so it's probably based on yardage and touchdowns.
Well,
and
another
completions
thing,
and wins.
Another thing that the video said was like his salary. Well, obviously his salary is going to go up and up and up. Obviously, but
yeah, I mean because it's backloaded.
Right.
Most contracts are.
But the longer that he's on the Chiefs, right? So this year, so he's still on his rookie contract for the next
2 more
2
years.
Mm-hmm. So once after the 2 years and he's still on the Chiefs, then it's then that salary is locked in. And then once he goes to the 2022-2023 salary, he's locked in for that one. But for the 2023-2024, if he plays a full year in Kansas City, then it's locked in. I forget the specific name for it in the video. I will probably drop the link below if you really care about the contract, because the way that this individual broke down the contract.
Do you have the name of the person?
I don't.
I
don't. But I need
you to cite your sources.
That's why I said.
Look, we're gonna drop the link for you.
The source will be cited because I will drop it somewhere. If I don't just drop a random ass comment, then I'll drop it somewhere. Just in general. Y'all will understand what I'm talking about once you watch the video.
Sorry, I'm just about to pull up who's been signed real quick.
But yeah, I just feel like most of these individuals, Taysom Hill, man, that boy just got signed for $140 million, but all of those years are voidable.
So the whole voidable contract thing, it was quite interesting, right? So all these contracts, the way that Ian Rappaport put it out on the Pat McAfee show is that eventually,
do you remember the name that he said for it?
What do you mean?
It was cap space hula hoop or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, so cap space hula hoop is basically a good way to describe it, right? So these voidable years, the way he put it is that these contracts eventually. So when they create a contract, they're normally backloaded. Right. So backloaded means you get a smaller salary up front and a more expensive salary at the end, and a lot of their contracts are based into signing bonuses and other bonuses like that, incentive-based stuff, which is where you get the totality number. But for the voidable years, right? So what they do is in these later years, they have certain amount of, let's just say it's 3 years. They have 3 voidable years on this contract. So what was stated is that these years they're not going to be the real contract that player plays under in terms of the hit on the salary cap.
Yeah.
But in terms of lowering the salary cap for the year that it's current, it will lower it because the contract is restructured into putting more money into the future when hopefully the cap limit has risen and not, dropped like the $15 million drop that they had this year. It's interesting to think that these voidable contracts could work that way. It's a lot of the salary cap geniuses. I mean, I shouldn't put quotation marks around that because they really are geniuses for finding this clause. But
like Jerry Jones, right? He signed that huge deal with Dak, and he's already got all these other contracts, right? But he still has cap space.
But he doesn't have
go out.
voidable contract years in those. I didn't hear anything about that. It's more of the teams that were
Yeah.
really far over, like the Saints that had those situations.
Well, I'm
in the Chiefs.
What I'm referring to is the what you said, like the cap geniuses, genius eye, or however the fuck you say
it. You're talking about plural. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm not an English major.
Whatever, but
neither of us are.
Yeah, they're able to. They're basically just manipulating the money. Short and sweet, layman's terms, they're just manipulating the money, and eventually, like some individuals,
eventually somebody's got to pay. Somebody has to pay eventually.
They're getting slightly paid right now, but at the end, unless they get cut, which Kyle Van Noy got cut, and
there's a whole bunch of people got
right.
Try Turner if you want to shout out the old lineman.
Oh man,
yeah, that's right.
Man.
I went to the old line.
Eric Fisher,
Janoris Jenkins,
Malcolm Butler.
Ooh,
the other tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, both of them, Andrew Wiley and Eric Fisher.
Yeah, Eric Fisher, Andrew Wiley. Wait, who did I say at first?
I'm not sure. I wasn't listening to you.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
I didn't even hear you. That's the thing, right? You always tell me I don't hear you, or I hear you, but I don't listen. I didn't do either of them that time.
Wow.
Here's the thing, right? Yannick Ngakoue got signed by the Raiders.
You had a couple drinks, saw a couple things.
Yeah, I zoned out and looked at these signings, right? The Patriots went big. The Chiefs added another offensive lineman.
Which?
These voidable contracts, man, they're opening up space for people to sign people that they shouldn't even have space for. But here's the thing. We're doing it anyways.
Not the Kansas City Chiefs, my bad. The New England Patriots.
They were under, weren't they?
The Chiefs or the Patriots?
The Patriots. They were under the cap.
The Patriots were way under.
So this is why they signed some players. And
they're going to be able to re-sign their whole
But here's
not
the thing,
re-sign,
right?
just reorganize their whole offense.
You gave Cam a contract, which I approve, right? He may have had a bad year last year.
That was not his fault.
Yeah, he may have had a bad year in terms of like other people's opinions, but I know me and you have talked about this a few times, and Cam Newton really didn't have that bad of a year, especially when you compare it to the year prior where Tom Brady was quarterbacking that team.
And you got to think, Cam also caught COVID, and
early in the season, so we couldn't create that connection with his receivers. Also,
and he also, like, even Lamar Jackson said, like he experienced some basically setbacks throughout the year that he just couldn't get past because he ended up catching the virus, and it affected his game basically.
Look, I'm sure that it might have had some. If you caught it during the season, it definitely impacted you.
Which Cam Newton caught it damn near
because
week 5, week 6. Cam Newton caught it.
Yeah, and our argument prior to this, when it was related to like Tom Brady, was like that COVID offseason have an effect. I don't believe that so much had an effect as much as people during the season catching COVID, right? I think that would be more impactful on the actual team and stuff like that.
Time out. Let's not act like the Patriots had the best skill set in
no,
NFL.
Whoa. Don't catch me there. Don't get me done. That's not on record. I did not say anything like that.
They literally had the bottom of the barrel. They had people coming out from KFC. They were just were frying fucking chicken a minute ago. Now they're
frying them receivers.
Right.
Trying to fry corn. Oh, my bad. I said that wrong. Trying to fry them corners.
Yeah, well.
They couldn't fry them corners.
No,
they couldn't even fry that chicken right.
No, they couldn't. They burnt the chicken. The fucking... There was multiple times they just went somewhere and scored either 3 points or no points, less than 10. Cam Newton had his best games in the first half of the season before he caught COVID.
Yeah.
And then
and then they turned to a running attack after that.
And then they couldn't bounce back at all.
So since we're talking about them, let me they got Matthew Judon. They ended up signing
Jonnu
Smith.
Which I think that's going to be wonderful for Cam Newton.
Yes, they lost Joe Thungley, but that's okay.
Yeah, he went to Kansas City, boy.
I thought the Patriots had 2 more people. I can't find it on. I don't see it on here anymore, but I thought they had 2 other people that they signed.
I thought that was the only two. Those are the only
Well, that's
two
okay.
that I know of.
You signed 2 people, right? Early in the free agency, the legal tampering period, whatever that, we know what that means.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Legal tampering, unlegal tampering. There's tampering all the time. Okay.
Regardless, Lakers in 5. People are gonna talk to each other.
Exactly. Lakers in 5. I hate myself every time I say some shit like that because of you.
Why? Because I just hollered.
Yeah, you say that shit so much that I can't even handle you.
You should really blame Shannon Sharp for this.
I really hate. Look, I'll catch myself saying it, and I hate myself for it.
Because there's been so many times we've been in an argument, and be like, Lakers in 5,
and I hate it.
It just walk off.
It irritates the hell out of me, but yet I catch myself saying it every now and then. I'm sorry. I kind of lost where we. Oh, obviously, we were talking about the Patriots, right? The Patriots have set themselves up for an opportunity to actually make a comeback, right?
Get back
and
into the
compete for
playoff.
that AFC East.
Yeah.
Will they be better than the Bills? No. Can they compete for one of those 3 wild card spots? I believe it. I don't see any reason to believe that they're going to get all their COVID holdouts back, more than likely.
That's okay. So
you
this
have
is,
a relatively decent draft pick.
So this is where I believe an unpopular opinion may come in. I believe that they could take back number 1 just because specifically of their defense and the way that they played, because they did not have that defense at full strength yet again, not only on the offense, on the defense as well. They were pulling people from Burger King on the defense and having them playing linebacker and fucking free safety, strong safety, D-line, all that other good shit. If they get all of their players back, they already got Judon, they go out, give Cam Newton 1 good wide receiver. You already have him 1 really good tight end. You guys have always revolved these
receivers. You always resolve. Well,
I was gonna say running backs.
Running backs. They always have a plethora of running backs.
Right.
They're always starting 2 or 3 at a time.
Apparently, N'Keal Harry is on the chopping block. So
I thought really highly of N'Keal Harry.
I thought so too.
I feel bad that he didn't work out. Right. So let me throw.
I believe so as well. If that boy goes somewhere else, I think he's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Kansas City gets him from like $1 million, he'd be good.
Who is the best receiver that you think the Patriots might add? Because what if the Patriots go out and sign
Kenny Galladay?
That'd be cool.
I want
right?
Kenny Galladay to be with Jonnu Smith. I was just thinking about this morning when I saw him. When I saw Jonnu got signed. You get Kenny Galladay, Jonnu Smith, Sony Michel, Cam Newton. Those are all the individuals you need on offense right there.
Okay, I'm going to throw out another name.
Go ahead.
What if they sign Juju Smith-Schuster?
My thoughts on Juju, he's a wonderful number 2. He's not a number 1. Kenny Galladay has...
Kenny Galladay is obviously a number 1. He's been a number 1 here in Detroit for, the past 4 years?
Years.
He's been in Detroit the past 4 or 5 years. I can't exactly remember right now. Sorry, the go-go juice is getting to me. But I know for certain it's 4 or 5. And yes, I agree with you that a number 1 is what New England needs. I mean, they need a number 1 and a number 2.
Hold on. If Kenny Galladay goes to the Ravens, they're going to the Super Bowl. But I highly doubt that. Someone would, because they're a predominantly run team. I don't think that there's not too many wide receivers on the market right now that's okay with going to the Ravens and basically just blocking for 50% of the time. So if I want Kenny Galladay to go to somewhere where he can actually succeed, I would want it to be New England, because
New
they have
England, okay.
they have Cam Newton.
And not so much the Ravens, but you'd be interested
was-
to
if
see
he
him
was-
on the Ravens because that does give them a legitimate number one to go along with Hollywood
Marquise-
Brown as a deep threat.
I was just
and then
about
you
to
also
say,
add in Mark Andrews. Yeah, I understand your point.
I love Hollywood Brown, but he can't be your number one
No,
on
no.
this
You
Ravens
can't have
offense.
you can't have a speedster at number one.
No,
unless it's
you gotta
Tyreek
have
Hill.
you gotta have somebody with some size, and Kenny Galladay is a man with some size. When we were talking about the other day when Juju, like we said, Juju we threw out the idea of Juju going to the Ravens. I don't think that would really affect them that much because I hate to say this. I'm pretty sure the Juju Bees may be coming to hate me.
Hey, you're gonna have to pull up the COVID cowboy and get yourself a beekeeper suit.
Let's go. Well, I'm with the COVID cowboy.
Hey, me too. That's legit. Hey, shout out to him. I can't remember his real name.
Tone
right now.
Diggs, boy.
Tone
Diggs.
There we go. Shout out to
I
Tone
love
Diggs.
the COVID cowboy.
Shout out to Tone Diggs.
That boy literally shoots from the hip and shoots straight about anything Pittsburgh related.
Hey, love it. Love it.
But
all love,
man. But I just don't think that Juju is a number one.
I don't disagree with you. I just wanted to see what your opinion was on if, like, maybe he would be not necessarily a good fit, but an interesting fit in New England.
In New England?
Yeah, that's what the original question was about. Like, what if they signed him instead of Kenny Galladay?
Okay, so
you must have misunderstood. Okay.
I did misunderstand,
but
and I'm sorry.
You just ranted about Juju. That's fine. That's fine. We'll keep it.
Okay. I don't believe that he would do well in New England because New England is a no-nonsense place.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that when I asked the question. But
When he was with the Steelers, you got to think Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. They were basically able to. I don't want to say run roughshod, but they're basically damn near able to do whatever the fuck they wanted to. If Juju goes to New England, he has to all that dancing on the logo and shit. He can't do that. He's got to stop that shit. All that TikTok shit. He can't be about it. If he goes to New England, it's got to be TikTok or the NFL. You need to choose, and you need to choose before you sign on this dotted line. And that's just what we know from New England. That's point blank, and that's it. So, and if he has to choose, I don't think that he's going to choose the NFL because he's already built a good following on, just
everything.
Just everything. Yeah,
Instagram, Twitch,
TikTok, all
he's
that.
On it all. He's
right.
got it.
And I don't believe that he would give all
NFL.
of that up just to go to New England because New England is we're here to win championships. And that's it. If it's not a championship, we failed the season. And I don't think that Juju would thrive in a situation like that.
Okay. Hey, I like it. I just want to throw it out there for conversation purposes. I don't necessarily see him signing with the Patriots because they're not necessarily looking for that type of receiver.
Right.
I don't necessarily have a place where I would like to see Juju go. I'm not a big Juju Smith-Schuster fan myself.
A lot of the places that I see, I was good on Juju until he started dancing on logos.
See, that doesn't even bother me that much.
That bothers me a whole lot, man. That's so disrespectful to do.
One of my favorite moments is when
Terrell Owens wouldn't put the fucking...
Not even that, right?
Oh, okay.
This is more recent. So do you know what Devin White did at Michigan State 2 years ago?
Oh, shit. No, I don't.
Where he scraped up all over the Spartan logo and they tried to march their 100-man unit down the field and he wouldn't move. I love that shit.
That's disrespectful.
The dancing on the logo? I mean, sure, I understand. And you were always like, yeah, they need to just go hit his ass.
And somebody popped his ass.
Someone popped his ass. That's cool. But I don't think he should have necessarily stopped for that. Now that I'm that I have some...
You really didn't hear no more about that.
No, he didn't. He stopped, right? He stopped because, the team started losing. But I don't have anything against that on a personal level. If you're willing to handle the repercussions, man, you go be the man that you want to be.
See, that's the thing, man. You got to treat people how you want to be treated. If you treat someone with disrespect to their home, because that's just not. When you're a football player, that place, you have the place that you lay your head in and the place where you go lay somebody down in. And
Lamb
you
Don.
And you can't do that in somebody's home. That's basically just like somebody else walking into this apartment right here and basically just dancing in the middle of this bitch and be like, what the fuck are you gonna do now?
Yeah, you're right. We're gonna beat that. We're gonna beat that.
I'm literally going to have you open that window and I will toss that nigga off the third floor.
Three
Excuse
stories.
me, N-word. We'll blurt that out.
3 stories are going out the window.
Yeah,
over
man,
the edge.
I swear I would not be okay if someone just came into my house and just disrespected all of my belongings.
I understand.
And that's basically what Juju Smith-Schuster did to every single team that he went to.
It's a little different. It's pregame. It's for look. I don't even want to get into that argument. I mean, we're already pretty deep into this episode.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into that like that. But I mean, the two major the Massacre Week, the Patriots assigned some good players. We got the NCAA tournament going on. Super excited about that. Come check out this $100 giveaway.
Hold on. Before we end this, I need to get your quick thoughts on what you believe, because we haven't talked about this.
What you got? I want to hear it.
So going to the NBA, just transitioning to another sport. You know who signed with the Brooklyn Nets?
Yeah, obviously. We got Blake Griffin on the Brooklyn Nets now.
He has not played yet.
He has not played.
But I kind of just wanted to get your opinion on just the whole situation of him basically buying out the Pistons and going to the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay. All right. So obviously
this is just bouncing off of your rant.
Yeah. Everyone knows that I love the Detroit Pistons, right? I can't wait until the Detroit Pistons get good again.
Which they won't.
No. Honestly,
BTW, I just want to throw this out too. Dennis Smith Jr. has been playing out of his mind ever since he got to Detroit.
I don't care about Dennis Smith Jr.
I do.
You precisely or specifically know how I feel about Dennis Smith.
DSJ, I love you until the day you die. I want you to know that I have been with you from day one. You were with me with the Mavericks. You have been with me with the Knicks. And now you are with me with the Pistons. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your game. I appreciate you as an individual. I love you. Continue.
Okay, so I don't have those feelings. I don't think DSJ is that good.
I do.
So in terms of the buyout with Blake Griffin and thus leading to him signing with the Nets, I am very disappointed. If you know me, I hate the fact that we even traded for Blake Griffin in general, right?
What'd you about to say?
I hate it. I hated the idea we gave up way too much for a dude who was hurt, doesn't play all that much anymore, was on the decline, had a super large contract, which now we're paying for anyways, and we lost Tobias Harris, Boban, Avery Bradley, a first-round pick, another first-round pick, I'm pretty sure, and for sure a second-round pick, right? But that's beside the point.
Which that Clippers
Whoa. That's beside the point.
That Clippers team was deadly when we traded for Blake Griffin.
Beside the point. Right, we got Blake Griffin. I was really against it. Blake Griffin had his best year, right? I've said this on previous podcasts. He had his best year as a Piston where they went and faced the Milwaukee Bucks, and they sucked. Was Blake Griffin's time with the Pistons productive? Sure, depending on how you want to look at it.
I was about to say, depending on how for him specifically.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. He developed his game tenfold beyond what it was originally just playing at the rim. He's become much more of a perimeter player. He's a much better ball handler.
He's a much better shooter.
Much better shooter, much better facilitator. Like, he has become a really solid, I don't want to say role player because that seems super disrespectful to him, but he is about to be the ultimate role player on the Nets, right? So to answer your question, I'm super happy that the Pistons bought him out, right? He's no longer a Piston. He's no longer on contract. He's no longer taking up the minutes from these young guys. My only thing is, right, I've been preaching, 1, I didn't want him. 2, let's trade his ass when he was really good. We got nothing for him. We bought out his contract. Now he goes and signs with the Nets. He is one of the players, like, in a couple episodes, you said, like, oh, what if Matt Stafford wins the Super Bowl? And I told you I'd be pissed.
So he's one of those individuals you'd be pissed off if he wins a championship.
See, that's the thing. If Blake Griffin wins a title with the Nets, I'll be happy for him. But,
I would be too.
But I will say it won't mean jack shit because he didn't win it with the Clippers when, one, he was in his prime, had DeAndre Jordan, and he had Chris Paul with a team that should have been, getting out of the first round that never even made it and had potential to win a title. So I don't think it'll mean as much towards his reputation.
Fuck all that. They'll remember that boy got a chip.
Dude, I know bench players that got multiple chips. Jeremy Lin.
Okay, but they remember him for his championships.
They don't. They remember him for Lin's sanity, not his championships. Could you even tell me that he really played on the Toronto Raptors?
No, he didn't play a single minute, but I know
exactly.
that boy got more rings than Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony, though.
What about, do you know Brian Scalabrine?
I do know Scalabrine.
Okay. Well, bad example. Let me think of another bench player. Shit, give me a second.
Kendrick Perkins?
No, he played. He played. He was a starter.
He played, but he played horribly.
He was a starter.
Yeah, fuck you, Kendrick Perkins.
Shit, technically, Juwan Howard got a ring on the bench, but he was old.
Ed Monix got a ring as well.
Thank you for bringing up semi-pro. All right, my bad. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut this point out, right?
No,
I don't
better not.
I don't have another bench player off the top of my head.
You better not. You better give Ed Monix his respect.
I'll give Ed Monix his respect, but everyone else, man, like, there's bench players all over the place that got rings that don't matter.
But I mean, that's kind of just. Jeremy Lin has more rings than Allen Iverson does, and I believe that Allen Iverson is one of the best point guards the NBA has ever seen.
Truth, big truth. But where'd we start this conversation off at? You don't know.
Blake Griffin?
Yeah, but how did he get on the rant about championships?
Because I said that it really doesn't give a fuck if he...
in the terms of if Blake Griffin wins his title over here instead of with the Clippers,
specifically
right?
With the Nets because of everything. Like, he didn't win it with with Lob City, and he didn't win it with the Pistons.
Right.
But he could not have won it with the Pistons when he got here.
No. That team wasn't set up. But you know how on an earlier podcast, right, I had told you that if Andre Drummond signed with the Nets, I would have been pissed and I would have stopped watching basketball.
Mm-hmm.
This one I'm not so upset about. I think it's more of just I hate Andre Drummond that much, and I don't want to see him win a chip.
So would you?
But Blake Griffin, I'm cool with.
Would you be upset if Andre Drummond went to the Lakers and they won a championship?
Yeah. I still think I'd be pissed if he went to the Lakers and won a championship because I don't think that man deserves a championship. That man is so bad, not good, atrocious. There's so many different things I want to say about this man that I would be so just beyond upset if he won a title with any team. Because Blake Griffin, he deserves one. He deserves one. I just said it won't be as good because he didn't win it with the Clippers when his team was, viewed as a high caliber threat in the Western Conference when Lob City was together.
Let me ask you this question, and it probably may not come out right because I'm a little bit tipsy. So, if Karl Malone would have won that championship with the Lakers against the Pistons, would you have held that against Karl Malone?
It wouldn't be the same as if he won it with the Jazz, But
No, I'm
he
saying
has a
when
career.
he was with the Lakers.
No.
Remember, he signed with.
I get it. I get it. No. Let me continue. Right. I don't. It's the same idea as with the Blake Griffin. Right. If he would have won one with, if Karl Malone would have won one with the Lakers, right. The same way that if Blake Griffin was to win with the Nets,
you would feel the same way.
I would feel the same way because the only true difference between the feeling, right, is that Karl Malone has a track record of being one of the best players at his position for a really long time.
Well, I mean, Blake Griffin kind of has a track record for being one
it's
of
not
the
the
best.
same. Are you telling me that Blake Griffin is on the same stratosphere as Karl Malone? In terms of like
that's not
overall player, overall ability, and all that good stuff?
Well, no, because when Blake Griffin was playing, Tim Duncan was playing. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to put anyone over Tim Duncan. But what I'm saying
Blake Griffin might not even be a top 5 player at his position for the time that he played.
Top 10? Yes. Top 5? No.
I might be able to make an argument for not even in the top 10. I'd have to do some more research, but I feel like I can find a lot of power forwards over the past 10 years that have played better than Blake Griffin.
I would put him.
But don't quote me on that.
I was about to say I'd have
to do some research.
He wouldn't be in the elite top 5.
He might not be in the top 5, but he might
would definitely be in that top 10 somewhere in between 5 and 10.
If he's not
Blake
10,
Griffin in there.
I would argue probably 11 through 13. There's no way that there's that many people that are better than him, but I'm not saying that he's one of the best power forwards of our generation.
Right, because I was about to say, because if you think of our generation,
there's
which
been
would
some
be the
greats.
last
Like
10
we caught the end of some really great people.
We caught the end.
We've also seen the come up of some pretty good power forwards.
Yeah, if you smell look at the tongue, what the layers are cooking, baby. What homage to Hollywood 03 Rock. Dwayne Johnson for president 2020 something.
All right, everybody, make sure you go follow us at the social media. That's at There's Layers to It. Make sure you get involved in our March Madness $100 gift card of your choosing giveaway.
Not my choosing.
Not his choosing. Not my choosing, but your choosing. That's right. Come join the Layers. Get excited. You know the rules. Share it out with 2 friends. Follow us on one of our social media pages. And, I should have said this earlier. You should probably drop a comment down below saying that you entered also in the YouTube channel. We may
or just
may not
Snapchat me and just tell me that you entered. That's cool, too.
Yeah, look, we're going to have a big pool. Everyone's going to compete against each other. This is There's Layers to It. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the page. If you really enjoy, go hit that notification button somewhere up here. I don't really know where it is. I haven't paid that much attention. But, yeah, this is There's Layers to It. You know we're the best, worst show out here.
It will be Don in downtown where I'm about to hit your girl downtown. No, I'm just playing. Let me get off this podcast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for signing on with us. We gonna catch you later. Deuces.
Oh, shit. Breaking news. Allegedly, Usman versus Masvidal, April 24th. Masvidal about to take that bitch.
Hey, you heard it here first. I'm with Jorge Masvidal on this bitch. Let's
go. Masvidal OD, baby.
Hey. All right, let's get it. Welcome to There's Layers to It. Thanks for joining There's Layers to It. Deuces.